96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
This morning, and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It is Friday, the 12th of April, 2024, and you are on the clock with Erin Greene on the Sports Friday with Eric Sawyer III. Mr. Eric Sawyer III is going to be joining us in a moment. I think we're going to start the show with as soon as he gets in, our NBA and NCAA rundown. Is an exciting March for all the NCAA fans. And although South Carolina, the women's champion this year, I think it's fair to say that Dawn Staley is also a champion and worthy of praise. South Carolina head coach Dawn Staley makes history in women's March Madness championship game. Head coach Dawn Staley and the South Carolina women's basketball team made history on Sunday afternoon after becoming the 2024 NCAA Women's Division I basketball tournament champions. The Gamecocks went undefeated all season, and Dawn Staley is the first black Division I head coach in men's or women's college basketball to lead their team to the championship undefeated. Staley, who has served as head coach for the Gamecocks since 2008, also became the first black D1 head coach to reach 3 national titles. South Carolina finished their season 38-0, becoming the 10th team in women's collegiate basketball to have an undefeated season. In one of her celebratory speeches post-championship, Staley took the time to thank University of Iowa's Caitlin Clark for the work she has done for women's basketball. Clark is currently projected as the number 1 pick of the 2024 WNBA draft, and while last Monday, star South Carolina center Camila Cardoso also declared for the draft. Dawn Michelle Staley is an American Basketball Hall of Fame player and coach. Staley won 3 Olympic gold medals with Team USA as a player and later was head coach of another U.S. gold medal winning team. Staley was elected to carry the U.S. flag at the opening ceremony of the 2004 Summer Olympics after playing point guard for the University of Virginia under Debbie Ryan and winning the gold medal at the 1996 Summer Olympics. She played professionally in the ABL and WNBA, and in 2011, fans named Staley one of the top 15 players in WNBA history. Staley was inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012. She was elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2013. Just a phenomenal career, a phenomenal record. Dawn Staley. And they call it a class act congratulating Caitlin Clark, for the work that she has done for women's basketball, because a rising tide floats all boats. Just a quick story to start the show. I'm going to turn to today's Tribune Sports section. Dr. Abby Jackson completes North-South Pole marathons. It was a dream come true for Dr. Abby Shara Jackson last month as she braved the extreme weather conditions to become the latest Bahamian to participate and complete both the Antarctic North and South Pole marathons. The optometrist by profession was considered a novice marathon runner when she ran her first marathon 2 weeks before commencing chemotherapy for breast cancer in 2010. In fact, she barely was excited then about marathon running because she thought those who did it were crazy. But since she joined the Bahamas Roadmasters Running Club, she has gone crazy herself, competing in over 20 full 26.2 miles marathons and several 13.1 mile half marathons. Last year, Dr. Jackson decided to run to raise funding for 2 cancer causes, and one of the runs she chose was the North Pole Challenge, which she completed in Greenland in October 2023. While she was there, she was able to gain entrance into the Antarctica Marathon, which was held this year in the South Pole on Thursday, March 21st. The North and South Pole are 2 areas that are similar in terrain and climate. However, the South Pole is home to many more animals. They both have large snowy mountains, huge icebergs, cold and snow most of the time. However, the North Pole is habitable, whereas the South Pole is not. The marathon in the South Pole was held on St. George's Island. This is the only habitable island in the South Pole, and it contains 4 research bases for China, Uruguay, Argentina, and Chile. Congratulations, Dr. Abby Jackson, for completing the North Pole and the South Pole marathons. And Bahamian women are just doing big things everywhere. Now, as we wait for Mr. Sawyer, I'm also waiting for representatives from World Athletics to join us. We've got a lot of great stories. Boy, thank you, Texter. Before we get into there, the Texter reminds me that O.J. Simpson was not just a movie star and an infamous figure in American popular culture. He was an athlete. O.J. Simpson was an American football player, actor, and broadcaster. He played in the National Football League for 11 seasons, primarily with the Buffalo Bills, and is regarded as one of the greatest running backs of all time. He died at the age of 76, and his jersey number he retired with was 32. Thank you, Texter, for that information and implied advice. Maybe some people will take it. So let's get into some local news, and we're going to get into world relays. Mantas have strong showing in Claremont. The Bahamas, producer, I see that call coming in. The Bahamas Mantas continue to make waves in the sport of water polo. Water polo in the country. The club took 3 teams to the Rise Up Water Polo Tournament at the National Training Center in Claremont, Florida over the weekend, and they were able to turn in strong performances in their continued pursuit of elite-level status in the sport. The under-15 girls team finished 4th. The under-14 mixed team were 3rd in their bracket, and the under-12 mixed team ended up 6th. Congratulations to the water polo team, the Bahamas Mantas. Good morning, caller.
Water Porkin.
I was hoping that it was you, Mr. Sawyer.
Yeah, morning, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I could release my full excitement. Water Porkin is on the move.
It is on the move. If you could swim and you could do Porkin,
Listen,
water polo is for you.
and if you could bubble, ability to bubble is
You
very
got to be able to
important.
float.
You got to be able to tread water, float,
Yeah.
not panic. You need extreme core strength to be able to control your body while it's one part of it's in the water and one part of it's out of the water. But
Yes, it is no small feat what they do. No small feat. I mean, we crack and joke about it, but it's no small feat. Just treading water without a ball in your hand, having to play a sport and swim and run down the ball and put up your hands on defense. And,
it's
tiring.
tremendous conditioning. Tremendous
Tremendous.
conditioning. So listen, double NCAA results, and then we've got what,
Yep,
games?
I told you.
We've got 3 games left in the NBA regular season. So let's get to March Madness. UConn beat Alabama to go to the championship
And they
game.
won.
Yeah, Purdue beat NC State, and UConn took out the Purdue Boilermakers 75-60. Man, you got
Like was said this week,
Mhm.
UConn can now be considered the Michael Jordan of college basketball.
okay.
They are 6-0 whenever they get to the finals.
Wow, they are 6-0. That's a
6-0,
tremendous
yeah.
record.
Yeah.
North Carolina State didn't do too bad. UConn,
No, they didn't do no money on the way up,
yeah, but it appears, given both the men's and the women's results, UConn, NC State, Iowa, these
They have
guys,
great programs.
South Carolina, they've got great programs that extend on both sides. What I thought
Yep.
was fascinating is Dawn Staley's approach to team training for women. She has them practice with men.
Exactly. So when you go there and play women, it's fantastic.
Absolutely, and I find that particularly interesting because if you're following college sports, if you're following women's basketball, college and WNBA on social media, one of the biggest sort of attacks against the sport is that the women are weak, the women can't compete against men, the women are laughable, especially after the All-Star game, 3-point challenge with Curry and is it Ionescu? And the woman, right? But Ionescu. But Dawn Staley's got the strategy. Make your players practice with players beyond, right, the standard of your league. And
Exactly. You can see the way they played that game. The passes were crisp. There were sharp jump shots. Everything was definitive. There was no, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the ball. And the ball is in my hand. Because if you're playing men, and they're bigger, faster, and stronger than you, you have to get the balls to the next player,
accurately.
part of the play.
Yeah, and accurately, fast, and confidently.
Correct.
But listen,
Correct.
what a great strategy. Gamecocks finished their season 38-0, becoming the 10th team in women's collegiate basketball to have an undefeated season.
Yeah, boy, what? My Dawn Staley? My Dawn Staley was my teenage crush, boy.
Yeah?
Dawn Staley.
Yeah, she's hard on the
listen to
court.
me. That boy, she couldn't do no wrong. She was like a Dominique Dawes back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
she's also, I think, the first coach to be both player of the year and coach of the year.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
she is
so.
unbelievable, man.
Well, go on.
She paid great homage to on the Caitlin Clark.
Mhm.
Said, hey, that's a great player. She's going places, but ultimately we know what happened.
And listen,
A great team beat a great player.
yeah,
Please see the 2017 and 2018 NBA Finals when the Warriors had to go and recruit Kevin Durant to beat LeBron James. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
no, but it's a great snapshot to get a better sense of what's happening in the NBA. And you use a perfect example, right? When a great team is playing a great player and how the coaches manage their human resources best on court, right? For the whole team, and how do star players extend themselves and sometimes shrink and invisibilize themselves for the benefit of a stronger team.
Right, look at Chris Bosh. He was a star with the Raptors before he came to the Heat. When he came to the Heat, he had to learn to be the third option.
Yeah.
And take the corner threes when they were available.
And I think
And hit the corner threes.
you got to deliver. I think for LeBron, one of his biggest challenges, although he's been able to surmount, he's been able to overcome every challenge. His biggest challenge as he ages is to figure out where he is best suited for the sake of the team and to develop the talent of the new growth in the team.
Correct. He's learning to sometimes be a part of a hockey assist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ball comes to him, he sends the ball somewhere else, and that person takes the shot.
Yeah.
Because he's still a threat on the guard now. You know, so you got to respect him wherever he's at, so he's got to get some attention. So I've seen him become quite the hockey assister.
Yeah, and I think that his best strength will be that, right? How to make the best of what's on his team with him.
Uh-huh.
So listen, 3 games left in the NBA season.
Oh, yeah.
Our boy DeAndre Ayton is carrying on bad. He had another 30-point outing. Hield and Gordon both reached double digits last week. DeAndre Ayton and the Trailblazers won't make the playoffs this year, but that's not stopping our 7-foot center from enjoying one of the best stretches of his 6-year NBA career. He had another 30-point outing on Tuesday, his 5th of the season.
He did.
He shot 15 for 22 from the field in 36 minutes of play, and the Blazers
very healthy.
The Blazers lost that game.
Not playing games.
Right. And so again, back to the earlier conversation, DeAndre Ayton's I think what he will give best to the team is a mental game where he knows when to drive points to bring up the energy of the team, and then when to pass the ball so that they could take that potential energy to kinetic.
Very much true. And he's been to the finals, so he knows what it takes to get through the NBA playoffs. So this year, I forget what the fella name. Oh, man. And their new point guard. He's making some strides. He along with Eden, I assume they're going to get together this summer.
And work on some things.
Yeah, man, work on like the pick and roll. Because that pick and roll for Eden from Paul was lethal when he was with the Suns.
Mm-hmm. So listen, I watched the interview with Jazz Chisholm this week, right, where he was talking about some of the
his grandmother
and also some of the social issues he had fitting in, even with the Marlins, right where he is starring. And then I look at Wemby and the time that this new French rookie is having settling in, not just to the NBA, but with the Spurs as a team, right? The Spurs are at the bottom of the Western Conference, 20-60. And you think, well, how could such a phenomenal talent, a young man who is touted to be Rookie of the Year,
and Defensive Player of the Year.
And Defensive Player of the Year. How is it that the Spurs are sitting at the bottom of the Western Conference with 20-60? And I thought to myself, have DeAndre and Buddy and Kai, are they dealing with the same things that Wemby's dealing with? And is Gordon and Clay dealing with it as well after they announced their desire to play on the Bahamas men's national basketball team? Is there a thread of xenophobia running through U.S. Major League sports, right, where foreign-born players are made to feel like outsiders or have to work extra hard to be a part of the team?
To ask my opinion, when it comes to Clay, he is solidified. Buddy is on the way to be solidified. Eric Gordon is indeed somebody you could rely upon. DeAndre Ayton in the coming years is going to have to show and prove that, yeah, all right, he had some early success with the Suns, and hopefully now he can help to lead the Blazers back to the promised land, or at least back to playoff contention. Because the last time the Blazers won a ring was 1977.
Clyde the Glide.
No, Bill Walton, actually.
That's not the point.
Clyde the Glide was 92.
That's not the point. The point is that's the last time the Trailblazers were great. It's with Clyde the Glide. Love that guy. Okay.
Yeah, man. So we'll see. I don't think it's a case of them having to show and prove themselves that much more than any other, NBA player because they all have to go through the same kind of practices and whatnot. And talent is now worldwide. You can't just look for talent in the United States and just rest on those laurels.
Yeah.
As we're seeing by the Wembys and the Dirk Nowitzkis and the Steve Natches, these fellas were born outside of the U.S. and have had Hall of Fame or soon to be Hall of Fame, provided they stay healthy, careers.
Absolutely. I keep thinking this is an Olympic year and there's also the FIBA year, right? And so maybe it is a matter.
Lots going on.
Maybe it's a matter of trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
trust in yourself, trust in your team, trust in your body, trust in your coaches.
And in terms of
training staff.
And in terms of the xenophobia, maybe it's a matter of trust. Can we trust that these guys are going to commit to our team as much as they're committing to their home country? But that's understandable. I don't have a problem with that because they have to deal with it when players are traded, right? Especially when you see a player who's been in a state forever. That's where they grow up and they get traded to another team. The question is, can we trust this guy? Is he really playing for us or is he playing for himself?
Right, is he just trying to play on his contract,
Now look here, I got a text that says, "Good morning. The Spurs need to send the old coach home and move forward." So is it that the old coach is unable to manage his human resources, unable to get the players to gel? He's not putting on the right practices. He's not engaging the players with the right strategies. Do the Spurs need to send that old coach home?
Nah. Greg Popovich has developed David Robinson. He's developed Tim Duncan. He's developed Manu Ginobili. He's developed Tony Parker. He's developed Avery Johnson, Sean Elliott, and the list could go on and on and on. Yeah. Really well and truly, they're going to get some free agents that are going to buy into what the Spurs are doing. Because the Spurs way is one of the best. Their whole organization is just one of the best small market organizations you could find in the world of team sports.
Okay.
And Popovich, yes, he is getting older. Yes, he might want to retire soon. But I don't think he's going to retire before he sees Victor Wembanyama at least start in an All-Star game. At least see the Spurs get to the playoffs because, it didn't happen in the first or second year. It happened in the second year for Tim Duncan. But it didn't happen in the first or second year for the Admiral that they made the finals. So it's going to take a while. There's some development. Wemby definitely has to put on some muscle.
Well, yeah, without a doubt.
Definitely has to get bigger. If Steph Curry can put on muscles, why can't Wemby?
Absolutely. Would you be mad if DeAndre and Buddy Hield invite Wemby over for some conch and grits?
I would not be mad at all.
Because that would put weight on him. Okay.
I can definitely put some weight on you now.
So look here, we've got 3 games left in the regular season.
Oh yeah, the Lakers and Warriors are all locked into the play-in. So we're going to see them play next week. Hopefully not each other, because I'd love to see them both make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So listen, what's happening in the Eastern Conference, right? How is it that the Celtics are holding first place with 62 wins, 17 losses, and the Bucks are barely clearing 50 as of last night or as of yesterday afternoon with a 49-31 record?
2 words, Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers has now, this is it. After the season, and the Bucks lose in the playoffs, because they're about to lose the second seed to the Knicks. If the Knicks win out and the Bucks lose, which they have been, and the Bucks lose out, and the Knicks get the second seed, who would have thought it?
All right.
And the Knicks with the second seed, I don't think they're going to go too far because they've lost Mr. Julius Randle for the season due to a shoulder injury, and he's a big part of their offense. And little man, as well as he has been playing, can't sustain that team. Jalen Brunson, he can't sustain that team through a playoff push, especially with the Celtics looking the way that they look. Sadly, they look good.
Absolutely.
And last time they looked this good with home court advantage throughout the playoffs, last time they were this good was 2008, and they won the ring in 2008. Same thing with 1986.
Okay.
Best record throughout the league, they won the ring.
So look here. Pacers, 76ers in 7th spot. They going to hold on?
Yeah, man.
You sure? Because the Knicks, Cavaliers, Magic, Pacers, they fighting hard. They fighting hard between second and sixth place. Embiid is back. And he's going to remain healthy.
Embiid is back and he can remain healthy.
So listen, okay, I got a caller on the line. Let's go to the phone line producer. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Erin, man. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How you do?
Hey, good. Esau here today. What's happening?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, man. I looking like being on there Wednesday when I meet CA and Erin, seeing if I see you out there so I can see how you look, man. On Wednesday.
He's waking hard Wednesday.
Oh, he's waking hard. That's what I can.
Yeah, man.
But,
Sorry for that.
and if you're going to link me again, Blinken, you probably naughty gonna come by me one of these times for some cocktails. Erin, but Ed lost last night. He lost last night, right? So that's Golden State beat them.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. They losing,
though.
but they losing, but he's putting up solid numbers, solid effort, defensive and offensive boards.
Yeah. So now LA, the Lakers gone to 10. So and then the Warriors move up in the 9th. So in the play-in, they play each other, but then the Warriers are up home court now, saying that they're in 9th, right?
Yeah. Yes, they will.
Yes. And then Erin, like how you just say just now, the Sixers in 7, I was in Miami, we in 8, but then we'll have to go to Philadelphia on Tuesday when the play-in start.
Let me ask you a question. Jimmy Butler take the perm out his head yet?
Yeah, long time, man. You won't see the row. You won't see that dread, flat down hairstyle with he have now.
No, okay.
But Sawyer, I'd rather that though, because Miami playing better on the road than home, man. I have a better road record.
Yeah. So for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's the fun of South Beach that gets them to not play ball.
Hey, but don't lie though, Bronson getting all stupid though. No, Bronson really getting all stupid last night.
Yeah, man. He doing it.
Yeah, he doing it, boy. Yeah, you gotta watch it for the next one. You gotta watch it for the next two, and this one too, boy.
You ain't gonna watch it for him, man. Julius Randle in there.
Look here, before.
Yeah, but they still playing good without him.
Yeah, they playing good, but you ain't gonna beat the Celtics like that.
All right, hey, wait, but trust me, you see the Celtics like that. You see the Celtics last night? They talking about they just playing it down. They ain't not playing it down. They can play yesterday that in the playoff. Every year they do the same thing around this time of the year. That's them naturally. When you see the playoffs start next Sunday, they can play yesterday that. That's just how they get. But the last time that they got home court advantage throughout the entire playoffs on both sides, they won a ring. How long ago that was? That was Paul Pierce them and thinking that's 2010 or something, 2009. 8, 2008, yeah, when we beat LA.
That ain't no
time. Oh, that's a long time.
Gentlemen,
but then this Brown and Cool, man, they fall up in playoffs. That's them last night. They guess how they can play next week Sunday when the playoffs start. They ain't nowhere. Don't worry about Boston. They ain't nowhere. That's 60-some wins and get to the 8. That get to the 8. You know the commentator with Barkley them say last night? Yeah, the 8 swell up now and they win 60-some wins and they feel so good by themselves. That's why they play bad like that last night.
So listen, I got another caller. Yeah. I got another caller on the line. Okay, let's go to the producer. Check the next caller for me. See if they're World Athletics relays. I think they're going to call in now. Mr. Sawyer, Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, man. What about him?
No. Hold on. Let's go to the phone. We can just check and see. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Erin. Good morning, Sawyer boy.
How you do?
Hey.
I'm doing well. You like how my Heat looks? I mean, they look that good, but they look good.
I mean, they
can make the play in. We'll see what's going on after that.
Yeah, I think they're getting far, though. You imagine
y'all don't have Mark Scruston yet, so we'll see.
You imagine LA getting far. LeBron's waiting on his 2 sons.
One son. He ain't gonna be there. He ain't gonna be there for the middle son. He ain't gonna be there for him.
What happened to the other son?
He's too young. He's too
young. My LeBron up to play like 26 years. Which is quite doable, you know. LeBron have enough money to keep his body in check.
Yeah, keep body.
26 years?
Yeah, that's too much time.
But I think that son, the one, he's playing collegiate now. I don't know. I think by next 2 years,
Do you think LeBron is going to be coaching by the time his next son enters the game?
I think
One will maybe coach it, and then you never know. He just might make a comeback just to stay even on the court with both sons.
I think you're right. I think they'll probably be playing, man, Erin.
Well, that's the only way he could beat Michael Jordan record. You have to leave basketball and come back again and still win. But listen, Pumpkin Eat, I got another call
All right.
on the line. I was asking Sawyer, Kyrie Irving, them carrying on bad, man.
Kyrie Irving is indeed playing well. You know, the experiment with him and Doncic seems to be working out now, finally.
Absolutely. Kyrie looks spectacular, but we got another phone call on the line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. This is Tim Munnings, a retired athlete.
Absolutely. Are you calling from World Athletic Relays?
I'm calling to discuss a little bit about that. Yes, I am.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Mr. Munnings.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
All right.
Well.
We're going to make a quick transition, Mr. Munnings. You hold the line, Mr. Sawyer. We're going to transition quickly. I am looking forward to see Buddy play with the 76ers and Embiid. I'm looking forward to see Kyrie play, and I'm looking forward to hear the news about Kai Jones. Look, he's a free agent now, and he's still got time.
Yeah, it's the time right now to pick him up if you need somebody on your roster for a playoff push.
Absolutely. I think he'd be a great backup center for any team looking for some, resources. But listen, let's transition to World Athletic Relays. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic today, Erin. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So there's lots to talk about. The ticket sales are spiking. Work on the stadium is taking place. Shawnee and Stevie are looking forward to coming home. And then I think for me, the most exciting part I want to hear about, if World Athletics Relays 2024 is the most exciting sporting event for 2024 so far, what about Showdown in Paradise? Well, tell us about Showdown in Paradise is said to be even more exciting than the World Athletic Relays. Tell us all about it, sir.
Well, let me say that the World Athletics Relays is indeed going to be an extremely exciting event. This event, as would have been perhaps reported in the news, is mandatory for any country wishing to enter a relay team into the Paris Olympics.
Oh, so it's mandatory that you compete at this event.
Mandatory.
Okay.
If your country does not submit or participate in the World Relays, you will not see that team participating in Paris Olympics.
Okay.
That means that the world's best athletes will be headed to town in just a matter of weeks.
Okay. In just a matter of weeks, right? Because they have to come in early to get set up and to train in town.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And so the government has been putting tremendous resources into revamping that stadium. If you've passed by, you've seen a new canopy going on top. The track is being refurbished. Everything. We know how to put on a show here in the Bahamas. Whenever we have anything, Showdown in the Bahamas, Showdown in Paradise, World Relays, Carista, we can put on a show.
Now let's talk about the track. I know that you guys laid a new track last year. In terms of requirements for this high-level international competition, are you required to lay a new track for each relay?
No, but the tracks over time become worn. I'm not sure if it was last year when the track was laid, but whatever surface was there before needed to be refurbished.
Okay, I'm just wondering, to get a sense of how important this event is. I didn't know that it was mandatory to qualify for the Olympics, and so of course the infrastructure must be top quality. I have a story here from
teams from as far as Africa, Australia, England. All of those teams are heading there, and so we want to have them in the best, safest, and most professional environment that we can do.
Absolutely. Italian company Mondo, are they only laying the track for the new stadium and the World Athletic Relays, or are they putting the track down in the old stadium for us as well?
The old stadium is already in top condition, so we are only focusing on the surface for the national stadium.
This is awesome. Thank you. Okay, so let's get to what to expect come May 4th and 5th.
we can expect fireworks. In the first one and perhaps even the second edition of the World Relays, we set a number of world records were set in that stadium. The Africans cannot stop talking about the Junkanoo drums, which, I mean, the crowd was so fantastic. They cheered them on. We didn't have a representative in that 1500 relay, but the fans cheered so hard that was the talk throughout Africa about how we supported the athletes on such a long distance. You know, not being a distance powerhouse. Mm-hmm. A lot of times when we have our track meets, that's when the fans seem to take a break. We want to go to the concession stand. But not during that. It's so exciting that the fans stayed there, the Junkanoo drums beat, and we set numerous world records. And Usain Bolt himself was here. And so that caliber of athlete can be expected here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell us, how many athletes are we expecting for the World Relays?
I don't remember the number of athletes, but we have 40 countries and perhaps a little more that are coming in. So
wow.
40 countries from around the world will be coming here.
Listen, I found this awesome story coming out of Canada. Athletics Canada names team for 2024 Bahamas World Athletics Relays. They're dreaming big. They're sending 28 athletes down, and the squad will include members of the men's 100-meter relay team that medaled at the last two Olympic Games, won gold at the World Athletic Championships in 2022, as well as Olympians, World Athletic medalists. It's going to be fantastic.
It will be fantastic. We will have current world record holders, current world champions, multiple Olympic medalists performing here at the World Relays. So, as was said, I think the president of the federation has said that the tickets are spiking, and we tend to, as a people, wait for the last minute. I would not recommend that in this instance because this is going to be very exciting. As I said, it's mandatory for the Olympics, so you're going to have persons that you would not normally be able to get close to right at your fingertips. You'll be able to see them as they prepare to become the future Olympic medalists.
Right. In fact, this is I would call it a pre-Olympic event, right? So this is not like, okay, Carifta, where large numbers of people from the region are going to be flying in. This is on the Olympic schedule. So Bahamians, get your tickets now. Get your tickets.
The teams that are coming, they are having such rigorous qualification events for themselves to get here. Because everybody wants to come, but a relay team can only hold so many persons. So to get here, to be a part of that team, they are themselves having quite a challenging time putting themselves together.
And can you tell us how many runners are required for a team? We have the 4 that run, and how many reserve athletes are they allowed?
Right, so 4 can be on the track at one time.
Right.
And you can have anywhere between 6 to 8. But the roster would show 6 officially. Okay, all right. And at the 2024 World Athletic Relays, there will be 5 relay disciplines, men's and women's 4x1 and 4x4, plus the mixed 4x4. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's right. And the mixed relay is also an exciting event. A new addition to the relays will be introduced the junior event. It's a pre-show where you'll have the best of our young athletes. I think it's, I can't remember the age group, but they're young high schoolers. They'll be having the opportunity to demonstrate their skills to the audience and also interact with the elite athletes, inspiring them to become the next Bahamian heroes.
So we're talking about Showdown in Paradise. If you permit me, I'm going to read from an article from this Monday's Guardian. Showdown in Paradise to precede World Relays. A special relay show is set to precede the ultimate level of relay running in the world right here in the Bahamas. Dubbed Showdown in Paradise, the mini relay carnival pregame show will feature a high school component of the top high school teams in the country, a kids athletics section for athletes as young as the under 7 age group, and an international showcase with the top 3 teams from the 2024 Carifta Games, as well as teams from North and Central America.
Yeah. there you have it. So our kids, our little darlings, are going to put on a tremendous show. I've been out to the track to see them as they're preparing, as they're competing. And I can tell you, we are coming ready. We're coming ready at the junior level. We're coming ready at the senior level.
Absolutely.
Shawnee's been in town, getting herself reclimatized, refamiliar with the track. So we're bringing a lot of fire out there. We welcome those persons that dare to challenge the Bahamas. So come on down.
Absolutely. At the kids athletics portion, we'll feature young athletes from the under 7 to under 15 categories competing in the 4x80 meter shuttle relays. That's going to be fun. Yeah. The high school component.
That's always exciting. And sometimes the kids get so excited, they don't want to stop at 80 meters. They want to keep running, so you have to make sure that they're tuned in, that this is just as far as you're going. These kids are so hyped and so ready.
Imagine that.
It's going to be just tremendous.
And so it's a wonderful addition to the sporting event to capture that energy, to get them at the age where they look at you and say, no, I could run another 200 meters, sir, when the race is over. The high school component will consist of the 4x1 and 4x4 events for under 11 to under 15 athletes. And the international showcase will have the 4x1, 4x4 for under 17 and under 20 boys and girls, and a mixed 4x4 relay. It's going, and the pregame show will run from 4 to 5:15 every day, and then the relays officially start at 6 every day.
That's correct. That is correct.
What's the cost? Is there a cost to come in, or as a spectator, are you going to pay me to come and support the event by giving me a free entry? By me, I mean all us, though.
Once you purchase your ticket to come to the World Relays, that will include the pregame show, so there's not a separate cost for that.
Okay, that's awesome. And let's go through the costs for the World Athletic Relays and how to purchase.
Sorry, I don't have the ticket cost.
Okay.
I don't have those details before me, but
we can
they are affordable, much more affordable than if you were to go to an international meet to see those same athletes participate.
Okay, so we can go to the World Athletics Relay website for ticket details, and then we go to the NSA, National Sports Authority website for parking details as well, right?
Correct. It's all available online. You just log online to the World Relays Bahamas site, and you can get your tickets and parking information.
Now, listen, this is exciting. I think this is the third or fourth time the Bahamas is hosting the World Relays.
This is the fourth time.
This is awesome. But listen, I got a question for you. So in doing some research last night, I realized that there's a World Athletics race walking team championships, and there's a World Athletics cross country championships. Are we looking forward to bringing those running events to the Bahamas as well?
I can't speak to those, but those sound like exciting additions and innovations. We are very innovative in this event. Through our initial World Relays events, the way we introduce the athletes to the stadium, court on, and so other international track events of this magnitude have introduced those same things. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're bringing in the expanded competitions to the event.
Absolutely, because, I mean, first of all, our family islanders, especially Andros Island, Long Island, Eleuthera Island, even Abaco Island, these guys are runners.
Yes.
They know about missing the jitney and having to get away anyway.
Absolutely.
And I've been fortunate enough to live in a community of walkers led by one Mr. Moss, one of our local race walking experts in the country. So I know we have the talent here. It's just a matter of bringing the event.
Almost every morning you have a set of race walkers.
Yes.
In the walk competition.
Absolutely. And you wouldn't know. See, if you like me and you tend to sleep in, you wouldn't know. But if you were up before the sun, you'd realize there's a whole Bahamas that you don't know about, of active people, athletic people. And they get up, they're walking, they're running, they're jogging, they're exercising, any space they could find, the beach, the road, the park. They are there before you even open your eyes.
We're going to check the registration to see whether former Olympian Leslie Miller and his team have registered, because they are active in that field.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, listen, I have a story here about the National Track and Field Championships that's coming up. And one of our young athletes who is doing extremely well is actually related to our former Olympian, Mr. Leslie Miller. It runs in the family, pun intended.
Yes.
Pun intended.
Yes, and so we hope to keep that type of connection going. You know, where it runs in the blood, let's continue to develop it.
Absolutely. I know that Shawnee and Stevie Gardner have told us, and they told the world, that they're looking forward to coming home and competing in the Bahamas and supporting the men's and women's national teams. Does anybody at the World Athletic Relays have a sense of or know which events they expect to compete in?
Which events Stevie and Shawnee will compete in?
Yes.
Well, we certainly can expect them in 400-meter type events.
Yes.
4x4.
The 4x4.
But as the coach will look at who all they have in their pool and then structure their relay accordingly. So that we won't release that at the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, I just wondered if we could get a sneak
strategy here.
Because Gardner has set several records, including the world indoor 300-meter mark. He has the Bahamas national record for the 200-meter and 400-meter events. And we know Shawnee, of course, is no slouch. She's the world's fastest woman in the 150 meters and 200 meters straight and the 300 meter. And a personal best of 21.74 seconds in the 200 meter is the fastest for the Bahamas.
Both of those athletes are very versatile and are willing to be used in whatever capacity the country needs them in. So I commend them for that. And so we are ready. We're looking at others who are preparing, and we're going to field the strongest team that we can put out there.
Absolutely. And to all spectators, now is the time to get your tickets. Don't let the international community get them all. And we have to build a new water tower by the stadium so we could go watch the race. Sir, thank you so much.
I must commend the National Sports Authority really for the work that they're doing, and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture as the country drives to have the best infrastructure, have the best presentation that we all will be proud of. And so we want to cheer them on. We are all ambassadors for the country. And so as these athletes come in, it's important for us to welcome them. Yes, we're competing against them, but their families are coming. We want them to continue to come back to visit us beyond the World Relays.
Absolutely. It's going to be the most exciting weekend in the whole of the 2024. That's my birthday weekend. Oh, and you're having the World Athletic Relays as well. It's going to be a great time. Thank you so much, sir. And we at the Guardian family look forward to hearing more from the World Athletic Committee about 2024 World Athletic Relays in Nassau, Bahamas. Thank you so much for joining us.
See you out there, Bahamas.
Have a great day. We're about to go to a break, producer. Get back from the break. We'll close off the show. A couple more stories about some fantastic Bahamian athletes blazing a trail across the world. We'll be right back.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your gal. Come witness history in the making at the 2024 World Athletic Relays Chase the Sun, Paradise to Paris, happening here in Nassau, Bahamas. Hundreds of the best runners from more than 40 countries will compete for their place in the 2024 Paris Olympics, May 4th and 5th at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Get your tickets early at worldrelaysbahamas24.org or at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium box office.
Good morning and welcome back. We're going to close off the show with just a couple more stories. This is an important story. High school nationals set for this weekend. The biggest high school track and field meet in the country, usually held before Carifta, will take place this weekend at the original Thomas A. Robinson's Track and Field Stadium. About 1,600 athletes from more than 60 schools throughout the country will take part in the Bahamas National High School Track and Field Championships. The meet, held in conjunction with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, is set for April 11th through 14th at this stadium, with the Saturday and Sunday of the meet primarily reserved for relay running, a test event for the World Relays. Athletes will compete in 8 divisions: under 13 boys and girls, under 15 boys and girls, under 17 boys and girls, and under 20 boys and girls, and will be vying for the individual top scoring awards in each division. There will be team divisional winners as well. The meet will be held from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on Thursday and Friday. On Saturday, it will get underway at 9 a.m. and run until 2:30 p.m. There will be a pole vault session under the guidance of elite coaches from the United States at 2:30 p.m. at 2:30 p.m. At 3 p.m., the test event for the World Relays will be held, and the relays will continue on Sunday. The meet will be held under the theme, Reining in a New Era of Sports Excellence. The High School Nationals has been in existence since 1989. With the government high school sector in New Providence split between junior and senior high schools, and with a number of private high schools functioning from grade 7 straight to grade 12, there will be no overall champion crowned at the meet, so as not to provide an unfair advantage. Instead, there will be divisional winners. And once again, the winners of the 4x100 meters and 4x400 meter relay events in the under 20 boys and girls divisions will be rewarded with trips to the Penn Relays. Also, the top 3 schools in those events will compete in the Showdown in Paradise pregame show of the World Athletic Relays Bahamas 2024 on May 4th and 5th at the renovated Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Admission for the high school nationals is $5 for adults and $3 for children per day. There are 4-day passes available at $25. There are 4-day passes at $25. Since we're still in school, 4 by 5 is 20. So I imagine those 4-day passes are VIP-esque. Anyway, you guys, that's the music. I can't keep my producer, and I certainly can't keep C.A. Nuri and Guardian Radio AM waiting. So I'm going to need y'all to go to the paper and check out these 2 stories. Javonia Valcourt and Alonzo Russell take spotlight in U.S. That's in the Nassau Tribune. And we get a rundown of a plethora of Bahamian athletes. Javonia, Alonzo, Sasha Wells, Charisma Taylor, Canal Bain, Xavier Coakley, Sean Miller Jr., Keithwood Stubbs. All of these guys were performing over the last week. You guys have a great day. Oh, and remember, Agribusiness Expo, today and tomorrow, Gladstone Road, Agriculture Compound. Be there, because that's where all the goodies going to be. Be there. Have a great weekend, Bahamas.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.